I came to warn you, Jack, about a potential and very serious threat to you both.
I've stolen Haynes' AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
Get ready, Genoa City fans, for a week of television that will be etched into the annals of this iconic soap's history. The carefully constructed walls of civility are about to come crashing down in a torrent of rage, betrayal, and long-suppressed venom. The powder keg that is the relationship between Billy Abbott and Adam Newman is set to explode, and when the dust settles, the lives of everyone in their orbit will be irrevocably changed. This isn't just an argument, it's a seismic event. The catalyst for this cataclysm is, as it often is in Genoa City, a volatile mix of business, pleasure, and the deep-seated scars of the past. The calm before the storm, a web of deceit and delusion. The week begins with an air of triumphant celebration at Chancellor Winter's. Billy, with Chelsea Lawson at his side as his brilliant chief creative officer, is riding an unprecedented high. Their latest media venture, a digital series exposing corporate corruption, has not only been a massive ratings success, but has also positioned Billy as a legitimate, respected force in journalism, a far cry from the reckless gambler he once was. He feels vindicated, believing he has finally stepped out of the shadow of his family name and his own notorious history. The professional success has bled into his personal life, strengthening his bond with Chelsea. They're a power couple, and Billy is convinced the dark days are behind them. Meanwhile, at Newman Media, Adam watches this success with a familiar, simmering resentment. He sees Billy not as a redeemed man, but as a charlatan who has co-opted his ex-wife's talents to build a pedestal for himself. Adam's own attempts to modernize and humanize the Newman empire have been met with skepticism, particularly from his father, Victor. Seeing Billy lauded for the very type of aggressive, morally ambiguous journalism for which Adam himself has been condemned is a bitter pill to swallow. Victor, ever the puppet master, adds fuel to the fire. In a private meeting with Adam, he doesn't offer praise but a backhanded observation. It seems William Abbott has finally found a use for your cast-offs, Adam. He's building an empire on your scraps. The words are designed to provoke, and they hit their mark with devastating precision. The spark, a discovery in the dark. The inciting incident occurs midweek. Lily Winters, ever the pragmatic CEO, grows concerned about a potential legal liability from their latest exposé. She tasks Billy with a deep dive into their source materials to ensure they are legally airtight. While sifting through encrypted files late at night, Billy stumbles upon a digital footprint he was never meant to see. It's a series of deleted email drafts between Chelsea and Adam from months ago, around the time Chelsea first joined Chancellor Winters. The emails are not explicitly romantic, but their subtext is a dagger to Billy's heart. In them, Adam questions Chelsea's decision to play house with a man who will never be more than a boy rebelling against his daddy. Chelsea's reply, which was never sent, is what truly destroys Billy. Working with him is strategic, Adam. It's a means to an end. You know where my heart has always resided, even when we break each other. The words, a means to an end, echo in Billy's mind, twisting and corrupting every moment of happiness and professional pride he's felt over the past few months. He doesn't see the unsent nature of the reply. He sees only confirmation of his deepest insecurity, that he is a consolation prize, a tool in someone else's game. The carefully managed image of the new Billy shatters and the old, impulsive, and wounded Billy Abbott roars back to life. The confrontation, more than words. The confrontation does not happen in a corporate boardroom or a crowded restaurant. It happens at the one place symbolically charged for both men, the underground parking garage of Newman Enterprises. Adam is leaving a late meeting, his mind on his own struggles with Victor and Sally, when Billy emerges from the shadows near his car. The dialogue begins with a low, dangerous calm. "Waiting for me, Abbott?" Adam asks, a smirk playing on his lips. "Did you get lost on your way to a self-help seminar?" "The emails, Adam," Billy says, his voice a low, strained wire. "I saw them. All of them." Adam's smirk falters for a fraction of a second, replaced by genuine confusion. What emails? Don't play dumb. It's beneath even you. The ones where you and Chelsea laughed about what a useful idiot I am. A means to an end. Was this your plan all along? To have her sabotage me from the inside? Or was it just a fun little joke between the two of you? Understanding dawns on Adam's face, but any chance of defusing the situation is lost as his own defensiveness and pride take over. He sees Billy's pain not as something to soothe, but as a weakness to exploit. I see, Adam says, his tone dripping with condescension. You went digging and found a truth you couldn't handle. Chelsea has a history with me, Billy. A deep, complicated, powerful history. You were a distraction. A simple, uncomplicated rebound. Did you really think you could ever compete with what we have? The word rebound is the final straw. Billy's control snaps. It's always the same with you, isn't it, Adam? Billy snarls, stepping closer. You destroy everything you touch, and when someone tries to build something good from the wreckage, you can't stand it. You have to poison it. You poison my family, you poison Sharon, and now you're still poisoning Chelsea from afar. Leave Sharon out of this. Adam barks, his own temper flaring.
Why?
Because it's true? You're a cancer, Adam. A malignant force the city would be better off without. You think wearing a suit and playing CEO changes what you are underneath? You're still the same bitter, lonely little boy who sets fires just to feel the warmth. The raw, personal nature of the attack breaks through Adam's cool facade. The reference to his deepest insecurities, his isolation, his eternal status as the outsider in his own family, unleashes the old Adam. You want to talk about poison, Billy? Adam steps forward until they are inches apart. Look in the mirror. You're a trust fund brat who's blown up his life more times than I can count. You're a failed husband, a part-time father, and a recovering addict who's one bad day away from falling off the wagon. The only reason you're standing here now is because of your last name and my ex-wife's pity. So don't you dare lecture me about poison. The verbal blows are brutal, but they are only the prelude. Billy, his face contorted with a pain so profound it looks like physical agony, shoves Adam hard against the side of his car. That's it. I'm done talking to you. Adam shoves back, and for a moment, it's a tense standoff of pure, physical hatred. Then Billy swings. The first punch connects with Adam's jaw, a sickening crack that echoes in the concrete cavern. Adam stumbles back, more shocked than hurt, but the shock quickly morphs into rage. He lunges at Billy, and the two men crash to the ground in a tangle of flailing limbs, grunts of pain, and raw, unfiltered fury. This is not a choreographed fight. It is ugly, messy, and brutal. They roll across the concrete, trading blows, smashing against car fenders, their expensive suits tearing, their knuckles scraping raw. It is a physical manifestation of every jealous barb, every business rivalry, and every personal betrayal that has festered between them for over a decade. It's about Chelsea, it's about Victor, it's about the Abbott name. The fight is broken up by a security team who physically pull the bloodied and battered men apart. Both are breathing heavily, their clothes disheveled, their faces marked with the evidence of their hatred. But the physical wounds are the least of the damage. For Billy, the immediate consequence is a cold, sobering horror at what he's done. He returns home, but he can't face Chelsea. How can he tell her he read her private correspondence? How can he explain the monster she saw glimpses of has fully reemerged? He retreats into silence, the ghost of his old self haunting him. The success of Chancellor Winters now feels like a lie, built on a foundation he himself has just shattered. The fear that he is, and always will be, his own worst enemy, threatens to consume him. For Adam, the aftermath is different. Wiping the blood from his lip, he feels a perverse sense of validation. Billy proved him right. Underneath the polished exterior, he's still a volatile animal. Adam will use this. He will play the victim, the man attacked unprovoked in his own place of business. He will go to Victor, to the press, to anyone who will listen, and frame Billy as unstable and dangerous. But privately, in the silence of his penthouse, the words bitter, lonely little boy ring in his ears, and he knows that in pushing Billy to that point, he has lost a part of his own soul. 2. The ripple effect. Chelsea is caught in the crossfire. When she learns of the fight and its cause, she is horrified. She feels her privacy has been violated by Billy, and her past has been weaponized by Adam. Her professional credibility and her hard-won emotional stability are now in jeopardy. She is forced to confront both men, and her loyalties are torn in a way that could end her relationship with Billy for good. Lily is furious. The positive reputation of Chancellor Winters is now tarnished by a tabloid-ready brawl. She is faced with an impossible decision. Does she stand by her brother-in-law, whose actions were undeniably reckless, or does she prioritize the company and force him out? Victor and Jack are drawn into the fray once more. For Jack, it's a nightmare relived. He sees his brother's self-destruction and feels the weight of his failure to protect him. For Victor, it's further proof that Adam is a lightning rod for chaos, but also that Billy Abbott is a threat to his son that needs to be managed permanently. A line in the sand. Next week on The Young and the Restless, Billy Abbott doesn't just throw a punch. He draws a line in the sand of Genoa City, declaring a war that is as personal as it is professional. This attack is the culmination of a lifetime of rivalry and resentment, a moment where the past refuses to stay buried. The fallout will test marriages, destroy alliances, and force every character to choose a side. The question is no longer if the Newman-Abbott feud will reignite, but how much of the city will burn in its wake. Tune in, because the world of Genoa City is about to be rocked to its core. The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th, reveal that Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will get a mysterious message while Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, loses it on Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. YNR fans know Adam has a knack for pushing Billy to his breaking point. That's exactly what Adam will do on Tuesday's episode, so Billy's anger will boil over and cause him to lash out in a big way. After Adam provokes his rival, Billy will sock him in the face and send Adam hurling to the floor at the GCAC. Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, will gape in shock as she walks in and witnesses this sudden attack, so she may blast Billy for getting physical. Of course, Billy will blame Adam and most likely rip into Chelsea for becoming Victor Newman's, Eric Braeden, little soldier. Chelsea has definitely become more loyal to the Newmans lately, but that's to be expected since her love for Adam is growing stronger every day. Next, let's talk about Victor since he's about to reach a risky agreement. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, will confess to stealing Kane Ashby's, Billy Flynn, AI program and pitch a deal to Victor, so he'll decide to strike one with her. Both Victor and Phyllis will have to be careful since neither one of them is trustworthy. Nevertheless, this is a situation where Phyllis and Victor will decide to take the risk since the payoff could be beyond their wildest dreams. Over with Jack, he'll mull over a mysterious message. It's possible that'll be from Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, if he drops cryptic hints about what he's up to in Los Angeles, but this could be about Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, setting up a meeting instead. We know Kane will indeed stop by the Abbott mansion with critical updates, so he might send a mysterious message to Jack beforehand. Whatever the case, Kane will ultimately let Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, know that a storm is brewing. Now that Kane has lost control of the AI program, he'll deliver that unsettling news to the Abbotts and warn that they could soon be under attack. Kane may admit he's not sure whether Phyllis or Victor is behind the theft, but he'll know trouble could be brewing either way. Since Victor and Phyllis are on the verge of teaming up, The Young and the Restless spoilers say disaster could indeed strike for multiple Genoa City residents. The Young and the Restless, YNR, recap for Monday, October 27th, reveals that a Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, arrest dream will rattle Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, while Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, reports a theft to Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. At the GCAC, Kane will interrupt Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam Newman's, Mark Grossman conversation. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, won't be returning Kane's calls, so he'll seek help getting in touch with Adam's father. Adam will act like the Newmans have devoted enough time to Kane and will encourage him to leave Genoa City. Kane will make it clear that he's sticking around and will taunt Adam about the lawsuits headed the Newmans' way. After Lily shows up, Kane will join her at a table and eventually admit the AI program was stolen thanks to his hack system. Lily will be skeptical of the news since she just asked Kane for the program with the intention of destroying it. Kane will assure Lily that he wants that too, but he'll suspect Phyllis Summers, Chell Stafford, or Victor might have stolen the program with other plans. Lily will make it clear that whatever happens next with the program is on Kane, but he'll be determined to get it back, so they can destroy it together. Back with Adam and Chelsea, they'll discuss how Connor Newman Giudimacchi doesn't seem to be clicking with his new therapist, so they'll talk about finding him one that's a better fit. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis will find Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziade, wearing sunglasses and realize he had a rough night. Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, will join the conversation and have concerns of his own. Phyllis will put it together that Daniel must be hungover after drinking with Tessa and will wonder if his heart's hungover, too. Daniel will downplay everything, but both Phyllis and Danny will seem concerned about him getting in too deep with a married woman. In Tessa's suite at the GCAC, she'll dream about stripping down for a passionate encounter with Daniel. Just as Tessa and Daniel about to heat things up in bed, there'll be a knock at the door. Tessa will answer it in the dream and speak with a cop who has a warrant for Mariah's